The many lies and scams of Akilah Releford. Remember when I said to never trust white men who are in the music industry, in particular, the black-dominated part of the music industry who date black women? Andrew Gould is 48 and Akilah Releford is 28. Normally, rich white men do not marry black women. They generally prefer blonde-hair, blue-eyed white women, which means something is wrong with him. He is allegedly the president of publishing at Roc Nation, yet he barely has a track record of turning anyone into a major star. Look at his ex-girlfriend. She is a singer who went by Miss Williams, yet you never heard of her. Here they are back in 2014. No one had ever heard of them. Ask yourself, why didn't he marry his ex-black girlfriend? Anyway, let's get to the meat of the story. Akilah Releford posted this video about generational wealth.
Everyone should experience a family reunion in the Mississippi Delta at least once. So, I'm taking you to mine. Welcome to the Meeks family reunion. Every 2 years, over 500 of us gather to celebrate our legacy, heritage, and ancestors. Friday night is our banquet, Saturday is the picnic, and Sunday is our business meeting and breakfast. This year, we're back where it all began, on 48 acres that's been in my family for over 5 generations. This house belonged to my great-grandfather Abner Meeks, who lived to be 107, and his wife Medora, and together they had 14 children. And if you look at our family tree, there are 1,828 descendants from those 14 children. Family celebrations have been held on this land for almost 100 years, but the first organized Meeks family reunion happened in 1983. Generations of Black Americana live in these moments, where a great-grandma's cornbread recipe can meet the hands of some of the youngest members of our family for the first time, and the past and future hold hands beneath the Delta sun. It is because of this land that I gravitate towards certain foods, hosting styles, and ultimately the content that I share with you all. Because in every line dance, every pair of cowgirl boots, every big pickup truck, fish fry, and slice of caramel cake, and every gallop of Cousin Nick's horse Stack, yes, his name is actually Stack, there's a deeper understanding of my identity and proof that love can be passed down from one generation to the next. I feel so proud to know that my daughter is a new little leaf on a family tree that doesn't just remember our lineage, but protects it, preserves it, and pours into it.
What about the white man? Nothing from his side of the family is getting passed down to his half-black daughter? Notice how she was the only one there with a mixed child to an old white man. It's never a white man of age. I know you are wondering about her father and how he feels. I am not trying to tear down a black man, but this is the truth. Her father, Dr. Releford, in 2013, Dr. Releford was sentenced to 24 months in federal prison for his role in a $3 million identity theft and bank fraud scheme. The scheme involved using stolen identities to establish fraudulent lines of credit with Bank of America and Wells Fargo, resulting in significant financial losses for the institutions. Dr. Releford admitted to participating in the scheme to obtain funds for his medical practice, which had offices in Beverly Hills and Inglewood. After obtaining stolen personal identifying information, including dates of birth, social security numbers, credit profiles, and driver's license numbers from victims with high credit scores, including another physician from Pasadena, members of the conspiracy submitted fraudulent applications for business lines of credit to various banks. Once the applications were approved, the defendants liquidated the credit lines. Over the course of the scheme, Releford helped the other defendants open at least 2 credit lines that provided funds for Releford's medical practice. Releford also attempted to open a 3rd credit line valued at up to $500,000, which he planned to use to fund a clothing business. Releford further participated in the scheme by helping to launder thousands of dollars from other fraudulently obtained credit lines. In addition to his 2-year prison sentence, Dr. Releford was ordered to pay $218,237 in restitution and a $10,000 fine. I guess he turned his life around because as of 2023, he owns the Blum Ranch in California. On Reddit, they are saying they are still scammers. Take a look at the screen. On to the babble. Apparently, she went to Howard University and still managed to use online dating to specifically look for an old white man. Simone Biles used the same app and got a black husband of the same age. I am just using them as an example.
This is a story time on how I met my fiance, Andrew. We met on Raya, which is a dating app, but now I think it's also more than a dating app. It's for like networking, but it's for executives, entrepreneurs, people in creative spaces like tech, film, music to come and get together. And it's also a dating app where celebrities can date and have like the dating app experience, but do so more discreetly. I was on Raya because I'm a business owner, I own a skincare company, and my fiance is a music executive. We matched on Raya in April of 2020, April 1st, and this is like peak pandemic lockdown. We were both in LA, and if anyone is listening from LA, you'll know that this is like absolutely nothing was open. There wasn't even like food delivery service yet. It was just full on pandemic lockdown. And by no means was I going on a lot of dates or meeting a lot of new people during this time for obvious reasons. But Andrew was actually the last person I matched with, or he messaged me. You can send like a super link, I think it's called, I forgot, where you can bypass the matching aspect and directly talk to someone. So after matching on Raya, we started talking for a few days, and we actually never went out to eat at a restaurant probably until like 5 or 6 months, maybe 3 or 4 months later. I'll explain why. So our first date was actually the line at Whole Foods, and this is when the line was wrapped around the building. The wait time was like 45 minutes to an hour, and when they were like letting 6 to 10 people in the grocery store at one time. So this was the first time where we really just got to get to know each other and see each other in real life, and it was so cute. So our dating period consisted of a lot of cooking. I love to cook, so I would be making breakfast, lunch, dinner, trying out new recipes that I found on TikTok to make, and really just bonding and getting to know each other. I feel like COVID either sped up a lot of relationships or did the complete opposite with them. So I think it really kind of put us on this fast track for connecting, getting to know each other, and seeing if we were compatible, and it just worked. So in July, we took our first vacation together, and we went to Martha's Vineyard. He's from Cape Cod, and this was my first time really exploring New England as a whole, like going up to Maine, Massachusetts, and a bunch of other places, and it was just so beautiful. I think it's like my favorite place ever, or one of my favorite places to visit ever. It's just amazing. The food, the people, just so relaxing. I think it's safe to say, I think we would both say that our first trip to Martha's Vineyard is where we really fell in love with each other and knew that this wasn't a pandemic fling, but something that could be a lot more serious. This is still in 2020. Okay, this is a side note, but I'm not sure what like a talking phase is. I don't believe in that. I don't know what that is. For me, you just start dating someone like I'm with you or not with you. I don't know what like it's dumb to me. So just to say there was nothing of that, like we were just dating at this point. Also, the theme of our wedding is Martha's Vineyard, just because it's such a special place for us. We go there every single year during the summer, and other places in Cape Cod, we go to Martha's Vineyard too. And I'm just so excited. Like, we're incorporating different flowers, foods, aesthetics from the island, and I think it's just going to be so meaningful and a great treat and surprise for our guests. Yeah, so we met spring 2020, got engaged spring 2022, and we're getting married spring this year in like 50 days, which is so crazy.
You notice how they are always meeting these old white men online? They seem to never get approached in person. Now when you use online dating, you can hide all your divestor activity and pretend to be pro-black in public. She couldn't meet a doctor at Howard University? Just means she never liked black men, and white men her age weren't checking for her, so she got with an old white man no white women wanted. Again, via Reddit, he allegedly cheats on her, which doesn't surprise me because there is no such thing as monogamy in regards to divestors. Most divestors are polyamorous by default since the white man doesn't respect them, and since the divestor has to keep the floodgates of other divestors open in order to maintain the marriage. Black women are fans of her marriage to a white man. Remember when I said that the minute a white man gets with a black woman, he has an endless supply of black women at his disposal? Now, she is a content creator that makes content based on divesting. Take a look at this post she made on TikTok. It says daily texts from her husband, which it looks like she wrote those texts herself. Who talks like this to their significant other? Why would you need to do this and post it on TikTok? Now you see why everything they do is questionable? It's because divesting is funded by other black women. White men are not paying for anything and live off of divestors, which is what is happening here. This divestor pretends to be wealthy, pretends to be happy in her marriage, and pretends those wigs are her real hair. Don't be surprised when it comes out that the divestor is funding that white man's lifestyle, even though he is the so-called president of publishing at Roc Nation. Divestors live a life of lies, of course. They want to be seen the same as white women, which is why they play make-believe 24/7.